Yeah, so how did we start? So if anybody is familiar with the Working Waterfront Coalition, this is an associated nonprofit called the Working Waterfront Foundation. So our purpose is education and enhancement of the waterfront, where the coalition is more of advocacy based. So this was formed in 2019. Pete is on the board of directors. And under the Working Waterfront Foundation, we can have multiple programs for education. One of those is the long-term strategy to our not having a deficiency in trained workers. And so the Northwest Maritime Apprenticeship program was formed. So you can go to the next one. Oh, yeah, press that button again.
Keep going.
At another time. So the Northwest Maritime Apprenticeship is a state registered apprenticeship. That's kind of a big deal. That means we have the blessing from the state. And how it works, it's coupling on-the-job training, so all of our apprentices have full-time jobs, and then also bringing in the classroom portion and the hands-on portion. So they get on-the-job training plus technical training together. And what's so nice about an apprenticeship program is, you know, this is a 4-year program, but you don't have to quit your job to go and attend like a 4-year college or, you know, a 2-year technical college or anything like this. You actually can continue to earn a living wage and have benefits and, you know, raise a family or have assets and everything without having to quit your job. And at the end of it, you earn a degree. Oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay.
So the Northwest Maritime Apprenticeship trains actual marine service technicians. This is a Department of Labor certified occupation, but it's not really known that it is. So generally what you hear is pipe fitters, electrical, plumbing, welding, but there's actual journey level certificate for marine service technicians. And so as defined by the Department of Labor, it's a skilled tradesperson who builds, refits, maintains, surveys, and or repairs vessels. They work in marinas, boat yards, service centers, and specialty businesses serving the small craft, recreational, and commercial marine industry. So where did we find this program? So we actually found this program. Deb and Pete went all the way up and down the West Coast looking for something that we can bring to Whatcom County. And so they actually found this program in Sydney, BC. So the Quadrant Marine Institute, which we adopted this from, has actually been doing this for 30 years. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm used to having a clicker. So what's the purpose of this program? And throughout the PowerPoint, you'll see different pictures of our apprentices and our instructors doing their thing. You can go ahead and press the next one. So the purpose of this program is that our apprentices will touch every part of the boat. And this is what Bob was talking about when he was asking, what do you need work on a boat? Like, someone said fiberglass, someone said diesel technician. So we teach what's called comprehensive vessel instruction. So they're going to touch every part of the boat. So they're not just focused on just diesel mechanics. They're not just focused on electrical, but they're actually realizing what this specific specialty affects the rest of the boat. So they're learning the fundamentals and the theory, which is kind of the textbook classroom portion. And then they're also learning the hands-on practical application. So it's learning the what's and the whys and the hows, but also how to communicate all three of those. So the actual classroom portion, which the state calls related supplemental instruction, it runs one evening a week. So this is a 4-year program. It's one evening a week and then one hands-on Saturday workshop about once a month on a Saturday. And that's a 6 to 8 hour long day. The state requirements for this program is they get a minimum of 144 hours of the classroom portion and the workshop portion, and 6,000 hours of on-the-job training total, which over the course of 4 years, if they're working full-time, they should easily hit that. Actually, I would say that's kind of low. They probably should be higher. So it is a 4-year program, and we call them levels. So level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And in our little booklet that we have back there, you can actually see the schedule for what level 1 learns and what level 2 learns. Because we just launched this program, we only have 2 levels running at the moment. Okay, you can go to the next one. So these are the 12 different subjects that are taught within the program, which I'm sure all of you guys can read, so I don't need to read those out to you. But, you know, there's these different subjects, but there's multiple classes underneath that subject. In total, over the 4 years, they attend 96 different classes, 96 different units, teaching something different. So that's anything from, you know, Bob taught just a basic marine metals class and the metals workshop, all the way to canvas repair, all the way to salvaging. I mean, it's a very wide range. Okay, you can go to the next one. So this is the big thing. I'm not an expert of all 12 of these subjects. Pete is also not an expert, and neither is Debbie. So who are teaching these classes? These are people in the industry that have been specialized in a specific discipline for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and they're actually giving their time, we do pay them also, to come in and teach these classes. So we have the textbook, we have the curriculum, but we don't have that outside experience and knowledge from, you know, a long-term tradesman or tradesperson that, you know, they may have tricks of the trade that you don't get out of just reading a textbook. So they come in, you know, the classroom part is about 2 hours long, and so the point is not to just read down through the textbook, but to actually be like, okay, this is what is in the textbook, this is my outside experience where I have utilized this, or maybe this didn't quite work for me. So something that you wouldn't get just from sitting down and staring at a computer. Okay, you go to the next one. So how it's organized. So in the textbook, which each level is pretty robust, I think each textbook is about 4 levels. You get about 4 textbooks that are about this big. I should have brought one. There's a lot of information, a lot of details. But there's study sheets, quizzes, there's a classroom and workshops, there's practical exercises, there's exams associated, and the full content. There's also an online training module, so our apprentices have the option to have the hard copy, or they have the option to have an online textbook. How they utilize it, that's up to them, whether they feel more comfortable with one or the other. You go to the next one. So how is this program funded? So it is a nonprofit, so we can have a lot of different funding sources. We have been very lucky to earn a lot of pretty major grants to help fund this program. There is a tuition associated with it. It's pretty low for one level of the program. It's about $1,500, which is almost nothing if you think about, you know, going to a 4-year degree. We can also get donations because we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We have also been lucky to earn a legislative proviso, so we get state funding, and then also we get support. So the Port of Bellingham actually supported us this past year to help fund us. You know, the next one. Thanks to Don, yeah. So this is the biggest thing. So the biggest stipulation to be in the program is you have to be working in the industry. So we have what are called employer sponsors. So these are different employers that have an apprentice in the program. So these are the current companies that we have involved with the program. So they have someone that is in the program.
Okay.
Yep, you go next one. So what is new besides this program, which is very new? We have 2 cohorts running right now, level 1 and level 2. We have a total of about 12 apprentices at the moment. We have expanded into Skagit County, so LaConner Maritime has an apprentice in the program. We have a new facility. It's 708 Coho Way. It's where AquaCare used to be. So that is our new classroom and workshop space. We launched our website, and kind of a big thing is not a lot of registered apprenticeships know this, but our apprentices can utilize their Veterans Aid. So if they have a GI Bill, then they can use it for this program. And so what's next? So we want to continue expanding into other counties, including Snohomish Island and San Juan County, launching a media campaign. We want to do a classroom open house kind of in the next couple months just to invite people in. people who have maybe never heard of the program and want to get more information of the program, or just want to tour a facility, which if anybody's ever walking by, I'm there quite a bit, so you're always welcome to stop in and say hi. And I'm happy to give you a tour. Bob's been working really closely with me about, getting tools and getting our workshop space really built up to be utilized for all of our workshops. And then outreaching to our youth. So we've been doing a lot of career fairs and job fairs. Okay. So how can people get involved with this program? One is if you're an employer and you have someone that you want to put in the program, you can potentially do that. You can sponsor an apprentice. You can become a subject matter expert. I'm always looking for instructors. Currently, we have 21 instructors from people in this area that are teaching our classes, and that's just for 2 years. So once we have 4 years around here, we're gonna have a lot of instructors. Donations and sponsorships are helping with marketing and just promoting this program. And that's the end of it. So that's what I have. Any questions or? Oh, you can clap first. That's fine. Yes.
I have a question. So you say you've got 21 apprentices now?
21 instructors. Right now we have about 12 apprentices.
12 apprentices. 12 apprentices. How much room do you have for apprentices in the program? Is it kind of?
So ideally, in a perfect world, what I would like to see is 16 apprentices in each level, for a total of 64. Did I do that math correct? Yeah. So for a total of 64, which that could take anywhere. Quadrant Marine Institute, they just reached that threshold where they have a wait list now for people, and they've been doing it for 30 years. So that could take us a year, that could take us 10 years. Who knows? But we really want to build it up and get people in the program. Yep.
Because I understand there's a lot of demand in the industry for trained people, and they're just people are not the potential workers are just not there. So it seems like a great opportunity.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, Pete?
Yeah, I might say, to find Quadrant was quite a coup, because, and some of you may know Quadrant, if you've been over to Canoe Cove Marina in Sydney, they're headquartered there, and all those businesses send apprenticeships through their program. But if we had to develop the curriculum from ground zero, it would have taken money and time. So to put our hands on this curriculum, it's just ready to go. We pay for it, we lease that curriculum, but they have bent over backwards to help us. So it's really a great asset to our program. I might also say we're non-union. You think of apprenticeship with unions. This is a non-union program. There are no unions that feature marine service technicians. So, and unions have a much bigger funding base in order to put a program together like this. So we're using a variety of sources of money to do that.
Thanks, Sierra.
Yes.
And, the other thing is it's not only for repair. We have All American Marine here. We have a lot of boat manufacturers, and they're all having a hard time producing boats because they don't have the skill sets. So it's a much wider thing than just simple repair that this program helps out.
Yes.
Do you help or offer them any like Coast Guard licenses?
Not currently, no. There is a little bit of talk, and this could be way down the line. I know Quadrant's currently in the process, or trying to be in the process of this, of doing dual certification with ABYC. But no, not for captain's licensing or anything like that. However, under the Working Waterfront Foundation, not necessarily the apprenticeship program, we can have multiple programs underneath the foundation. So whether we do week-long intensives on diesel repair or something like that, or even having classes that are open more to the public. So if you are out and you have an issue and you don't know what to do, having something open to the public. So we'd like to have more programs underneath the foundation, not necessarily just the apprenticeship program, but we could have multiple different ones.
And I have, thank you, I have another question too, cause I was, a few months ago, I was out at the mall where they have a maker space. And they have, CAD, machines and all kinds of crazy things, that would probably be useful, to you guys. I don't know if you have any, synergy with them or think about that?
I mean, I am not super familiar with them. This program touches a little bit on CAD. I'm anticipating in the future, it gets updated every year as more technology comes out, and maybe things kind of fall out of favor of what people do. So I would be anticipating in the future there would be a lot more implemented into the program, just kind of how, as you know, the world's changing.
Yeah, that might be a good source for you, cause they have people over there a couple times a month, you can bring your, you know, vacuum cleaner or anything, to the fix, and they've got guys who are, you know, who do plumbing and electrical and stuff like that. There might be some, synergy for you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
It
Or
was
subject
makerspace.
Subject matter experts, you know.
No, that's a really good idea. Thank you. Yes?
I just want to compliment the forces that pulled this together. I work at Bellingham Technical College, and I've been trying for a long time to get them to put something together like this. Why don't we have Marine Service Technician program there? And they don't. And now there's one here, so that's awesome. Glad to see it.
Yeah, and the Port of Bellingham has been a very, very big supporter of it. I actually had a call a couple of days ago from one of the port commissioners, and talking about his grandson who was interested in the program, so he just wanted to get more information. At the very end of the call, he's like, "Do you guys have a link on our website?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "I'll get that done for you." So now, if you go to the website, our link is on there under Marine Trades.
Are employers in the marine industry advertising this training for potential employees? Or is there much marketing going on that way?
In terms of the employers, I do know that they talk about it a lot, because I hear, like, I'll get phone calls from people saying, "Oh, hey, this person was talking about this program." I don't know if they're doing like any active marketing, like on social media or anything like that. I have been doing a lot of different presentations at places that I get invited to, and there's always other employers there, and they have lots of questions. So that's where, and then I also I get a lot of calls from our instructors that have been talking about it, and then I'll get calls from people saying, "Hey, I heard this person was, want to get more information about this," or even people just walking by the building. I had one guy stop in. He walked by like 3 times. And then he finally stopped in. He just got out of the Air Force and was kind of looking for a career change. So I talked to him for a little bit, and so.
You guys were at an Anacortes boat show last year, and we went to Pacific Marine Expo, the commercial show in Seattle, and then I'm sure that you and Deb will probably go down to the Seattle Boat Show here in another month.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Bob.
Oh, Honorable Commodore.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I have a motion, sir. I move that our board of directors study this situation with the Working Waterfront and Sierra and Pete's program during the forthcoming month, and at the meeting in February, come forward with a proposed donation, a dollar amount, and whether you want it into a scholarship or plant and equipment or whatever, but study the case. Let's break loose some money, get this thing rolling, help them out. They're doing what we need. We're in this together. That's my motion.
We'll put it on the agenda, Bob.
Well, it hasn't been seconded.
Oh,
Seconded.
there we go, it's
We got a
seconded.
second, thank you. So you'll carry forward, right?
I will.
Thank you.
The board will.
The board will. Excellent.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everyone. All right, any other questions?
Thank you, Sierra.
Well, thank you.